Mr. Gibson. Today I'm going to show you some stuff that's pretty straightforward, but it's a little vocabulary that we might not be used to, and a little bit of notation that's new. But in this video, you'll be able to give examples of outcomes that are part of a union or intersection in a given situation. You can determine a complement of a set, and you can show that events are subsets of a sample space. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of notation and definitions. A set is just a collection of items, item being called an element, okay, or items being called an element. Okay, so for example, we have a set here A, and it just is 5, 6, 7, 8, just some numbers. Okay, another example of a set is D here, and D says, well, this is some notation we're not really going to worry about that much. It says X where X is, okay, so it's just saying that we're going to have a variable X that represents this, okay, and what X represents is teachers at Hillwood High School. So this set is just the teachers in Hillwood High School, okay, and an element or a part of that set or an item in that set is me, Mr. Gibson. Okay, so this says X is an element, Mr. Gibson is an element of D, which is teachers at Hillwood High School. Another definition is a subset. A subset is a set where every element is also a member of another set. So here's an example. We have a set E, which is math teachers at Hillwood High School. E is a subset of D because, look, every math teacher at Hillwood is also a part of this set D, which is teachers at Hillwood High School, because every math teacher is a teacher at Hillwood High School. Or every math teacher at Hillwood is a teacher at Hillwood High School. So E is a subset of D. All right, so let's talk about a few more definitions here. First, a union. And a union just means together. All right, so the United States is a union of states. You take every specific state, Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, Virginia, and put them together and they make a union. So we've got 3 sets right here, A, B, and C. And what we want is A union C, which is another way of saying all items in A, keyword here, or C. All right, so let's go and look for A union C, which is, we're going to find all items that are in both, that are in A or C. Okay, so 6 is an A, so we got 6, 8 is an A, which is, so we got that there. 9 is an A, which is, we got that there. 15 is an A, so we've got that in the union. Well, C also has 8, C also has 9, C also has 15, but C also has 18. Okay, so we've got everything that they both have, 8, 9, and 15, but also what just C has, which is 18, and what just A has, which is 6. Another way to show this is with a Venn diagram. Each circle represents one of our sets. This part right here is where it's both B and C. This is where it's A and B, and then this is B and C. This is A and C. This is A, B, and C. So as you guys can see right here, this is all of C and all of A. That's our union. Okay. The next thing is intersection, which means located in both. Okay. When you come to an intersection of a street, that means that really you're on both streets. You know, there's an intersection of Post Road and Davidson Road. Well, when you're right in that intersection, you're basically on both roads. So you have A intersection B, which is another way of saying items that are in both A and B. Okay, so what is in both A and B? Okay, so let's look. Well, 6 is in B. Okay, so that's part of our union or our intersection, A and B. 8, well, 8's not in B, so it's not a part of our intersection. 9, well, 9 is in B, so it's part of the intersection. It's in both A and B, keyword and. 15, well, 15 is not in B, so it's not in A and B. And 18 and 1, well, they're not in A, so that's not part of the intersection as well. So the intersection is just where items that are in both A and B. In this case, it was 6 and 9, okay? Venn diagram here, it's just where both A and B overlap each other. We didn't really worry about C. All right, the last thing here is complements. A complement means not a part of, okay? So we're gonna consider the same sets, And we have B complement here, which is the complement of B, which is another way of saying all the items that are not in B or not B. Okay, so we're going to look for anything, any element up here that is just not in B. So let's look. 6, well, 6 is in B. 8's not in B. Okay, 8's not in B, so 8 is not in B. It's a complement. It's part of the complement of B. 9, well, 9's in B, so that's not going to be in the complement. 15, well, 15 is in C and A, but not in B, so again, 15 is a complement. And finally, there's nothing else that I can find that's not in B, but it's in the other two. So 8 and 15 are in A or they're in C, but they're not in B. Okay. Show this in a Venn diagram. Well, we've shaded in the parts of C and A that are not a part of B. So it just means anything that's not a part of B. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is sample space. Okay. It's all possible outcomes of an experiment. Okay. And what we're talking about here is we're starting to talk about probability, because that's what we're going to be talking about in this unit. And so probability uses slightly different vocabulary. So that we have this sample space, which is all possible results or outcomes of an experiment. It's just a set. Okay. An example is the outcomes of tossing a 6-sided die. Okay, the outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A right here is a sample space. But again, it's just a set. An event is a set of outcomes. Okay, so an example of this would be all even outcomes of tossing a 6-sided die. Well, all the even outcomes are 2, 4, and 6. Okay. Now here's the important part. What we're talking about with our objective is, as you can see, the event in a subset of is a subset of this sample space. So look, every outcome, every element of this set B is also an A. Okay? All the outcomes, the even outcomes, are a part of this sample space. So any event is a part of the sample space. It's just a subset of the sample space. Okay? And in y'all's homework assignment, you'll be asked to think of a sample space and give an example of an event in the sample space. Get ideas with that, or stuff with cards or dice or flipping coins, genetic stuff like hair color, eye color, and I'm sure you guys can probably think of all kinds of clever stuff. So these notes will be up there. Make sure you look at them, look at the homework assignment, and turn them when you're finished. Thanks.